So I'll gladly show you that towards the end of the class period. We're actually going to see if we can pull off a miracle and finish what we need to finish on the semester exam study guide. That way tomorrow you can just study, and those of us who aren't going to be with us wouldn't need to service. So we're going to make it happen. We're not going to. Okay, so, oh yeah. You got it, but I haven't told you a secret yet, Jason. Well, that leads to my first secret of the day. Okay, so let's back up. There are actually some problems that we've already done that we get to eliminate. So let's go to number 45. It's out. 45 is out. So let's find 45 and cross him out. He's out. Where are you, 45? What is the word problem? 45 is out. There are more problems besides 45 that we're now going to cross out. So we're crossing out 45. He's not going to be on the test. Why, I don't know. He's really not that bad, but I just do what I'm told. 45, there is no similar friend on this semester exam. There's also not a similar friend to 59 or 60, which we recently worked. Those were some matrices problems. So let's flip and find 59 and 60. They really weren't that bad. I just don't think they're going to be worded like that. You still need to understand how to multiply matrices and when two matrices can or cannot multiply. Absolutely. And the last one we're going to get rid of that we've already worked is on the same page. We're going to get rid of 62. Now, we changed the direction so we can figure it out, but originally it said using diagonals. And I promise there is not one on the test that says using diagonals, because we didn't learn that way. We just put 3 vector rates in our calculator and found the determinant using the calculator. Okay, so that seems pretty good, right? Like, look, we crossed off some problems, but Jason's like, we're still only on 75, and we got to go through 124. So there's some good news and bad news. We're going to cross off quite a few others. Flip to the very back page. The very back page. We're going to work backwards. Very back page, from 120 to 124, we ain't working any of this. 120 to 124 is out. The truth is, we thought we would have chapter 5 finished, and we don't. We're only on 5.1, which is fine. We're still fine. We're still on course to be great this semester. This year. It's not a big deal, but we thought we'd be further, so we had some further beyond questions on there. Okay, the page before that. It's 114 to 119. Cross them out too. All of them. 119, 118, 117, 16, 15, and 14 go back. So really, I could tell Cooper, hey, tear off that whole last page, because the whole last page is out. Okay. So let's go to the page before that. I don't care if you do it. Let's go to the page before that. We're not working, it starts at 109. We're not doing 109, we're not doing 110, we're not doing 111 or 112. The only one we're doing is 113. And since we're already on this page, might as well go ahead and do them and get them out of the way. So 113 says factor n squared plus 9n plus 14 completely. So the correct answer would be... With you, Gilberto? Get a point. It's n plus 7, n plus 2, because 7 plus 2 is 9. 7 times 2 is 14. He is correct. But otherwise, we're not working any others on that page. Okay, let's flip to the page before that. We are not doing 108, 107, or 106. Oh, wait, did I skip a page? No, I didn't. We're not doing 108, 107, or 106. Goodbye. We're not doing, the only one we've done is 113, and it was B. Otherwise, we've been crossing things out like crazy. You can tear off the whole last page. Really, you could have torn off the whole last 2 pages except the darn 113. Okay, so then we're at 106. Let's back up further than that. We are not working 105. 105, 104, 103, 102, or 101. Jason, is the spelling looking more feasible to you? Okay. We're sadly not done yet. We still got a few more to get rid of. Again, yeah. Again, we're on 75. That's where we left off yesterday. And we're already down to 101. So, clearly we can do this. Okay, let's go to the page before 101. We are not working 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, or 95. And that is where our crossing off spree ends. The last problem we are going to work is 94, besides 113. So on 94, I'd probably put a note and say also 113. So that way you don't forget to study 113 in case you need to think about factoring ones. So 94 is really where we're done. So really the last like 3 pages are kind of pointless. As well. Well, as is life. Will not be the first, the last tree I've heard. Sadly enough. Okay, so we were on 75. Surely we can do 75 and 94 today. We're that good. Let's go back to 75. It was a complex number problem. $75 says if I squared is, go ahead, do it. Okay. If I squared is -1, then what is the value of I to the 32? Okay, there's really no bad answer on this. You honestly would have to remember. Say your answer. Yes, here. I know you said B, and then I heard D, C, A, F, G. The answer is B. We'll give Karen her point before we got on our guessing spree. Now, we had a trick that it's always I1, I1. The 2 middle ones are negative, but it's I1, I1 for the I2, I3, I4. It's I1, I1. I just always remember I to the 4th is 1. That stuck with me in life. So for our problem, I thought I to the 4th raised to the 8 because 4 times 8 is 32. I know I to the 4th is 1. So really I have 1 to the 8th, which is just 1. However, Mr. Moore next door doesn't like I to the 4th. He always uses I squared. The guy next door. Babyface? Yeah. Okay, so he uses I squared. He would have said I squared to the 16, because 2 times 6 is 16. But I squared is -1, so -1 to the 16, hey, he would still get +1. So as long as you know either this power, which they told you in the problem, or if you're like me and you remember I to the 4th is 1, it ends up being really nice. Okay, 76. 76. I had 5x squared plus 100 equals 0. What's my first step? You could take out a 5. Now what? Okay, so I divide by 5. I get x squared plus 20 equals 0. I get x squared equals -20. Oh no, that's not any of my answer choices. If I take the square root of both sides, I have x equals plus or minus the square root of -20. That's still not one of my answer choices. Let's simplify it. Okay. So since I have a negative under the radical, which answer choices should I not choose? Don't choose this or this.
A or C.
A or why C? But we need I. Don't choose A or B because they don't have the i's. Because we need I. And we know it's plus or minus square root of 20i because of that negative under the radical. Now, can we break square root of 20 down? We can. It's 4 times 5. I know the square root of 4 is 2, so really it's 2 square roots of 5. So it really is C. but you are smart, and our study guide and our exam goes in sequential order. If we're working through problems that are involving imaginary numbers, the way 75 and 77 do, don't you think your answer on 76 should involve an imaginary number? Okay, what are we supposed to do on 77? We are supposed to FOIL to get a point. So it's 5 plus 2i, 1 plus 3i. And we're going to FOIL. So first, I get 5. Outer, I get plus 15i. Inner, plus 2i. Last, plus 6i squared. So I really have 5 plus 17i plus 6i squared. But I know what I squared is. I squared is negative 1. So the answer is what, dear? Yes, because 5 minus 6, you get negative 1 plus 17i. So the answer is C. Go Bertha, get a point. Yesterday on your math workshop test, there were some people who did foiling really, really well. Not gonna lie, they did great. And there are 2 in the room who only did first last. I don't know where the outer inner happened. They got like y squared minus 70. Where was the outer and the inner? I don't know. Just curious. Okay, and then let's go on to 78. That leads to my second thing that people did wrong on yesterday's test. Do you need to FOIL on number 78?
No.
Why do you not need to FOIL on number 78? Notice that minus sign in the middle. So a lot of tests, I just circled the sign that you chose to ignore and just put minus 5. I gave you 5 points for being alive, I guess, but minus 5 because you ignored the sign in the middle and decided to FOIL anyway. Okay, so it was 15 minus 13i, 78. No. 15 minus 13i minus negative 1 plus 17i. I don't know. What is it? $15 minus negative 1 is going to be a positive 16. So it's definitely not D. Don't pick D. And then negative 13 minus 17 is negative 30. So it's been A this whole time. Okay, so they put the opposite side, in case you thought negative 13, negative 17 made a positive 30. And they also put plus 4i, because some people are going to think 17 minus 13 and get 4. Nobody in first period got the 2 points, but I'm still going to offer it to you. Anyway, on 79, we need to multiply by something. It has a name. If you know the name, I'll give you 2 points. It is not inverse. Starts with a C, and I swear if you start guessing like coefficient or complex or something, starts with a C. Constant. Ah. An E. Oh, can I spell today? Yeah, but then is it J-U-G-A-T-E?
Yeah.
Conjugate? Yeah, it's called the conjugate. Yeah, you definitely had that one. She was able to tip at your tongue. Well, that's what we're multiplying by. What is it for this problem? What am I? It's the denominator, but with an opposite sign. So our denominator was 2 minus 3i. We're still using the 2 and the 3i, but instead of the minus, we're using a plus. Okay, we're going to have to FOIL in the numerator and in the denominator. It's going to end up being a lot prettier in the denominator. So I'm going to write it down again underneath and work it all out. 1 plus 2i, 2 plus 3i, over 2 minus 3i, 2 plus 3i. Okay, the reason we multiply by this is because it's supposed to make the denominator end up being a nice, pretty number. We had a rule that said we couldn't leave I in the denominator. This is our way of getting I out of the denominator. So first, we've got a 4. Outer plus 6i. Inner minus 6i. Last minus 9i squared. Yes, those two do cancel out. What do I know about I squared? It's negative 1. So really I have 4 plus 9, which is, so I already know the answer. The answer has to be D, so you get a point. The only one with 13 in the denominator. Now, am I going to work out the numerator to prove a point? Absolutely. But this is multiple choice test. If you realize what the answer has to be, normally that's where you should stop. First is 2, outer plus 3i, inner plus 4i, last plus 6i squared. So I've got 2 plus 7i, and then 6i squared is 6 times negative 1, so it's really a minus 6. So I've got negative 4 plus 7i over 13. If I broke that into two fractions, hey, lo and behold, I actually have answer choice D. Yes, it was very interesting how you missed that on the test that we had this on. I gave you most of your points if you just multiplied by the conjugate. Why the FOIL struggle was real, I don't know. Why does no one want to do number 80? And lo and behold, that is also one of the other ones. This is the last one we're eliminating, so don't get excited on me. The last one we're calling quits on. We're not doing 80. We will go to 81 though. If you can multiply by the conjugate and get to the answer before me, I'll give you 2 points. I'm still on the and I forgot to fix something. Yes, it is going to be A. But you cheated and used my work, but it's okay. Okay, so in the denominator, does everyone understand how I got the 58? Is there anyone who's having trouble with 58? And then that really made me mad because all the answer choices had 29s. I got 58. Did I do something wrong? No. In the numerator, I ended up getting 28 minus 12i minus 14i plus 16i squared. I combined those two middle, hence my minus 26. 6i squared is really just a minus 6, so 28 minus 6 is 22. So I have 22 minus 26i over 58, and that's still not one of the answer choices. What do I need to do in order to get to one of the answer choices? Well, how am I going to simplify? What are they all divisible by? 2. So really, if everybody's divided by 2, I have 11 minus 13i over 29. I can divide by 2 today. Hence why the answer choice is supposed to be A. There's something I'm supposed to add to D. Why is that? I was supposed to correct it before we did this problem. No. Why do I need to change D? Because it's the exact get a point. It's the exact same as A. I was supposed to change that to a plus. That way they were identical answers. And then you're so excited. Guess what? That's the end of the complex number problems. We're finally to quadratic stuff that you like. Oh, wait. And then you read the next problem. They want to know about a step when you complete the square. Yay! So we've got x squared minus 18x plus something equals negative 106 plus something. When you complete the square, what do you do about that middle? And okay, 5, we're going to give you the point. So negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. What's negative 9 squared? Okay, positive 81. So on the right side, what should I end up with? Negative what? Say it again, Gilberto. Yes, and we're going to give him the point he had at first. Okay. From here, does anyone know the answer? Yes, get a point. Why is it not A? Yes, it's not A because in A, the 25 is positive. We have a negative 25. If we take the square root of both sides, we'll have x minus 9 equals plus or minus the square root of negative 25. Don't we know that's really 5i? So x minus 9 equals plus or minus 5i, hence why Jack said C. If you got tricked into A, then that's funny. 83 looks great. It said quadratic formula. That's awesome. What's my A, B, and C? You said a negative 2, and then what for B? And then you're using what for C? Okay, and you moved them all to the right. I'm going to do the exact opposite. You move them all to the left. But 4 and 5 don't get a point. Okay, so 2x squared equals 5x minus 1. You can move them off to the right if you want to. I just always move to the x squared for some reason in my mind. I feel like that makes life easier. I might be wrong. If you don't at least move it to some form of standard form, how do you know who is the A, who is the B, and who is the C? You don't. Okay, go ahead and work it out. Tell me what you get for the answer. It is not A. If you feel the need. Yes, you get a point, Josh. So it's negative 5, well, it's minus, it's negative b plus or minus, so it's minus a negative 5, plus or minus the square root, negative 5 squared, minus 4ac over 2a. So you end up getting 5 plus or minus something over 4. Well, it's 25 minus 8, which really is 17. So 5 plus or minus square root of 17 over 4, which is b. Okay, this is math. We were supposed to do it. We're good there. That's the answer. Yay. Why should we have known that to begin with? Not just because you know the quadratic formula. Look at the 4 answer choices. Why did I know b was the answer to begin with? That's another point. Okay, so if you're looking at the answer choices, don't A, B, and C all have 4s in the denominator? So I knew there had to be a 4 in the bottom. And then C is the weirdo one with a 33. Ain't nobody else got a 33. So I'm debating. It's either A or B. And then I look at D and I know it has a 2 in the bottom, but the numerator matches with B, so it had to be B. I'm telling you, I can guess my way into a lot of stuff in life. Not necessarily understand, just guess. 84. They want us to find the exact solutions to x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0 by using the quadratic formula. So let's see, x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2. B? No. Yes. You're pointing over 2. And that would probably be the easiest way. I was going to suggest something different. I was going to say, why don't we graph it and figure out the answer choices? But since they're leaving that in that form that we wanted in, not with decimals, we would have to play decimal math, and I feel like it'd take a lot longer than just plugging it in the quadratic formula. My only other thought to make my life even faster would be to calculate what before even doing the quadratic formula. Say it again? It's not called the determinant. What was it called? The discriminant. If we calculate the discriminant, you can have a 0.2, although really 5 helps you get it. The b squared minus 4ac, the quadrant of the radical. So if we had done that, we would have gotten 9 minus 4 times 1 times 1. So we would have ended up getting a 5. So we would have known it was either a or d to begin with. So that discriminant could have just helped us work through life a little faster. Okay, 85, using the value of the discriminant. Ha! Darn it. He might have cheated. We should take that. Okay, well, next time I say 2, get a point. 2, don't give yourself a point. It's better than taking it back, I guess. Okay, use the value of the discriminant, cheater, to determine the number and type of roots for each equation to answer the following questions. Okay, so you did b squared minus 4ac, and you got what answer? Okay, so what does that mean about the roots? Get a point over 2. Okay, so b squared minus 4ac, you got 9 minus 28, which is negative 19. We can't have a negative square root. Anytime that happens in life, you realize that involves imaginary numbers, hence why he's saying there are 2 complex roots. There is a bad answer you should not pick. What bad answer should you not pick? Yes, Gilbert took another point. What is this irrational thing coming from? I don't know. I don't know, yeah. We've either been saying 2 real, 1 real, and then when there are no real, we say it's 2 complex. I don't know. I wouldn't have picked that one. Okay, 86, same thing. Does someone know the answer to 86 besides Gilberto? Well, Gilberto can know anyway. 86 is not A. It's what, dear? That's what I would have picked. That is what I would have picked. Okay, it wasn't complex. If you had picked, we're going to give you C or D. The rational and the irrational part, my God, we're way beyond that. That was chapter 1-7. I cannot. So just 2, 1, or the 2 complex. Forget that part. I will gladly ignore that and take that into consideration if this one makes the exam. Okay, so b squared minus 4ac ends up being 1 minus 4 times 3 is 12 times 12 is 144. So I get positive 145. Hence why they're 2 real. I guess I should have known the rational, irrational, that's my bad. They're getting picky on the, is it a nice, pretty number under the radical? Like if it was a square root of 36, you know it's a perfect square. No, it's not. Hence why it's supposed to be 2 real, irrational. Hence why they wanted to say D. Again, as long as you recognize they're 2 real, I don't give a rip. Okay, 87. 87 is A. You can have a point angle. Well, actually, you can't have a point angle. 86 is technically D, but I'll give you C or D. Okay, I moved everybody to the same side. I combined my like terms. Because if you don't put the whole bad boy in standard form first, how do you know the A, the B, the C? You don't. B squared minus 4AC, negative 3 squared, minus 4AC. So 9 minus 28, again with a negative 19. Hence why he said A. If you miss, okay, thank God. I was going to say, if you miss 88, I'm going to cry, but Daniel alleviated that. He can have a for real point this time. My vertex is at 3, 6. What answer choice do you think a lot of people are going to put that's wrong? C. Yes, they're going to forget you got to change the sign of the X. It's a sad day for that. Okay, 89. So what now? It does. Just for fun. 89. Oh, yes. You just took a test on this. You can do this. I heard somebody say a letter of the alphabet, and I don't know who they were.
Somebody said A.
I know who it was. Paige, was it you?
Somebody said A.
Somebody said A.
I said A.
No, it was a girl's voice. Don't even.
A.
Oh. It is A, yeah. Okay, so 3 times a to the 0, b squared, and then the 2a to the 3rd, b squared, all squared. So I really have 3b squared because a to the 0 is 1, so who cares? 2 squared is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, so 12, a to the 6, b to the 6. You think it was Katie?
It was.
Was it you?
I made like a weird noise that sounded like A, but it didn't say A.
We're going to give you a point anyway. I got to get somebody a point. And then someone could have said, hey, Miss Compton, all that work you're doing, I can't see it on the screen, but I digress. There's my name. At all? Caitlin. There's this thingy inside that box that I packed that I shouldn't have packed. There's a trapezoid box that has, they need the one that looks closest to red. Not the hot pink. They need the, like, the other pink.
How many pinks you got in here?
A lot.
Which box?
It looks like,
This one under here?
it looks like this. It looks like a.
Oh wait, I see it. A red one?
Yeah, you need to find red ones. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that.
There's pink.
You'll give them a pink, that's fine. Just give them a handful. Well, as long as it's not hot pink. Oh gosh, it is hot pink. Give them that one anyway. It'll be okay.
There is no red.
I will find red. I will make it happen.
You want me to get a Sharpie and color it? Will that make you happy? I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm kidding.
No. Okay, we've only got 4 more. We can call it quits for life. 90. 90. Bueller. 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 So I know. Yes, Paige, get a point. Yes, can you believe you worked out math in math class? Okay, so we have this. We had to distribute. So I had 2x to the 9th plus 6x to the 7th minus 8x to the 5th. And then I had to do the same thing with the negative 5. So negative 5x to the 7th, negative 15x to the 5th, positive 20x to the 3rd. If I start combining my like terms, I've got 2x to the 9th for sure. This 7 and that 7 end up making just a plus x to the 7th. Negative 8, negative 15, you get a negative 23x to the 5th. And then 20x to the 3rd is left over. That was genius, Paige. You got an extra point. That took a little longer than I anticipated.
No, I said A first.
I will give both you and Jax a point, although there is a tiny correction I need to make. Okay, again, if there's one on the exam where you can't read the variables, somebody ask Ms. Compton what the variables are, or the exponents or something. I think it's 3y squared z over 15y to the 5th. So it's supposed to be reduced to 1/5. The z stays the same. I end up getting y to the negative third, so I put it in the bottom. But I think a actually looks like 5y squared, and it needs to be 5y to the third. So it is supposed to be a. I don't know how you knew that, you geniuses. You would have thought you needed my correction first. I digress. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. 92.
No.
92. Is it what? 91 was A. 92. 92. Did you see B? Did you see that plus sign in between?
Oh God! Wow.
If not, yeah, I don't think you did because you were trying to distribute. It is, Gilberto. 7x to the third minus 2x squared plus 3 plus x squared minus x minus 5. So x to the third, 7x to the third, minus 2 plus 1 would be minus x squared. Minus x, 3 minus 5 is minus 2. He's correct, it's D. Okay, 93. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. 93 is D. 2 you get a point. 3a to the third minus 6a to the third is negative 3a to the third. Negative 7 minus a negative 4 is negative 7 plus 4, so negative 3a squared plus a minus a negative 8 is plus 8. Yay, it is D. Most people are going to make a tiny, tiny sign error at the very, very end, and they're going to pick, probably so. They're going to think it's supposed to be a minus 8, so they're going to go with either B or C, because they're going to make a sign error. I know it. I can see the future. 94.
Okay.
2 points for 1. It's 6x to the third when you distribute. Minus 3xy. Perfect, it's D, and we don't have to do any more of these anymore. Woo! Will you stop the recording? Press the stop button. Okay. I'll call you to come see your